Hi Jeanette, I'm going to send you maybe 5 or 6 short videos. The reason for that is that I don't want people on the island to give up on Haya in the sense of thinking that she's only capable of, being a caregiver. She could be a nurse or even a nurse practitioner if she sets her mind to it. She's really like Jonathan Livingston Seagull. If you read that book with them, you would know what I'm talking about. And I'd like to create opportunities for her to grow here. So behind me is a water slide park that's part of a hotel. This hotel, I'd have to film the front of it. It's a pretty big, fancy hotel. And I would recommend to bring her here in the spring. She'd be turning 19 also, and she'd have lifeguard skills, and first aid for when they reopen the bigger water slide park. Although they do have a pool and small slides underground, open all year round there. And this is so close to where I live, but I'd only stay in this area, I think, if I don't have another opportunity somewhere else where I'd be making decisions only for me. If it's decisions that incorporate Haya, I would of course stay here. I already kind of have a little futon now that acts as a second bed. This is the November 3rd today, beautiful fall colors. And on my way back home, because if she cycled to work in the summer, she'd be in daylight and she'd be not even using roads. She'd be walking in a very quiet neighborhood, maybe 2 blocks to get the bicycle path, and then pretty much just crossing this crosswalk here. And she could press a button or wait for the light, but still be careful in this Asian country, which is starting to run the red lights even more. But this hotel looks a little bit like a castle. I'll film it from further away as I film a few nice parts of the bicycle path that she'd be riding with me a lot, if possible, if I'm not busy, to get to work. And this could just be a short summer visa to give it a try first, right, for everybody, her and her family, to kind of feel safe and secure and kind of know what she's getting herself into. But this country also is heading places compared to Canada, which is probably even going to be hard for Canadians to get visas to go anywhere once the international community is tired of participating in the denial that Canadians are turning themselves into drug addicts and stuff. There's already some countries that are barring the entry of people, even if they've never had any drug issues. They're really strict now. It's really a bad reputation. It's getting worse around the world. Of course, in Canada, you don't get that news. Canada, the news is very much controlled. For example, a story that is about another country, let's say about Australia, let's say. Well, in Canada, you won't get as much detail about a story in Australia as you would in a country close to Australia or in Europe, where they will provide with more objective news coverage compared to Canada. It's not super bad in Canada, but it's really because nobody does anything about it. They don't mind keeping the population dumb and drug addicts and things like that. So I think she's got a future here a bit more, and I could use a buddy, to play badminton with. I'd continue her training. We'd get into more singing, probably participate in hosting some karaoke places, maybe for free. Me and her singing duets, and I'll show you the bicycle paths that we would keep discovering together, which includes like a badminton court right next to it where you don't have to pay anything or things like that. I'll also send you portions, Jeanette, of the interview with me and Haya and Hera on, Facebook Messenger, I think it was. I don't think it was Skype. Before I left the island. And again, I'm really worried that there's an earthquake or something around there for you guys, or an oil spill from how a Canadian government is promoting the addiction to the greater fossil industrial complex that is destroying the planet over there. But if there's an earthquake, I'm telling you, Jeanette, the services already, like medical or law enforcement or fire, ambulance, government collaborations between, federal, provincial, municipal over there. Nanaimo is really dysfunctional government. the councilmen's over there. So if there's something going on the island, like a big earthquake, I tell you, I really don't want any of the girls to be there, because it's just hanging by a thread, the services they're delivering now. And if there's anything just challenging their broken system just 10% more, and an earthquake would be like 400% more or more, it's gonna be chaos. And there's gonna be, oh, I don't want to say what I'm expecting if it happens, but I'm trying to save one of your daughters, and one that would be very suited for here, because she's a lifelong learner, and she needs to keep stimulating her brain, and she will surpass anybody I've ever known because of her big partial immunity to HSD. So.